Hey everybody, what's up? Wesley Miles here of Native Print Photography. We're here to finish off the Fist with Strength campaign. We're here in beautiful Sackatone Flats on this lovely Sunday morning. I want to introduce a strong individual who I'm privileged to meet, and I'll let him introduce himself.
How you doing? My name is Roland Blackwater. I'm originally from District 3. I live out here in District 2. It's become my home, and I have 37 years old. I'm a father of two daughters, two beautiful daughters that mean a lot to me in this world, and bring me through a lot of things through their pure love that they have given me, loving me regardless of the man I used to be, but are grateful for the man I am today. I want to talk about a few things real quick about my life to give my testimony to what God has done in my life. And I thank Wes for giving me this opportunity to speak to you, because there's an individual out there who is going through some things, is ready to make that change in their life, and God's calling you, but you're unsure, you're afraid, or you're just a little confused. I mean, I've been there. I've been through all those things. I think as men, we go through those things. But, right now, we just want to give you a little bit of who I am and what the Lord has done.
All right, Roland. Well, appreciate it, and
Thank you.
Hit it up, brother.
All right. Like I said, my name is Roland. I was alcoholic since the first time I took a drink when I was 12 years old. The first time the alcohol got into my system, it changed me. It transformed me. And I wasn't insecure anymore. I wasn't afraid. I was the life of the party. But that only lasted for a few years before it really took a hold in my life and started destroying things. I stopped being the man I was. I started being angry. I started being hateful. I was into gangs. I was into committing crimes at a very young age in high school. I was doing things that normal high schoolers weren't doing, and it was because I wanted to get high. I wanted to get drunk, and it led me to a life of pain and despair and hurtfulness to the ones that I loved. I wasn't being a good son. I wasn't being a good brother. And as I had children, it led me away from my children. And, when I was married, I wasn't a good husband because of those things. I've been in trouble for everything. I've been in Sackatone jail, I've been to prison 3 times, and rehab 7 times. So I've been trying in my own strength, trying to do things the way I think they should be done. But I was in prison this last time a couple years ago, and I had got called to the chaplain's office, and they told me that my wife had passed away while I was in prison. There was nothing I could do. I had to surrender my life over to Christ that day. Or 3 days. It took 3 days for me to go through the pain, the hurt, before I could surrender everything to Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior now. I had to give up the old Roland. The old Roland had to pass away, like the good word says. And I had to decrease, and he had to increase in me in order for me to start living, to understand. I mean, if you want, you can reach out to me and I can give you a testimony. Or you can come and attend the church. I do church services. Me and my girlfriend, we do church services one night a week out of the month, and we give our personal testimony. It's a more intimate setting. Or you can hit me up on Facebook, friend me, and we can talk. If you're going through some things, if you're at that point in your life where you're like, I can't do this no more. I'm hurting everybody I love. I'm tired of going to jail. I'm tired of being in these treatment centers. I've been through all of them. RTC, I've been through through the hospital. I've been through the anger management. I've been through the parenting. I've been through those, and they didn't help me personally because I didn't really want it. But they're good programs. Trust me. The material they give you, the tools they give you, can help you live. But you got to also have something spiritual. You got to actually fight for it, because all the things they do for you, they're just there to teach you. And they do it with love. I know they do it with love because they cared enough to follow up with me on their own, so I know there's good people in those programs, and like I said, this is I had to find God before I could find who Roland really was, becoming a man, a father, and all these things. But was that changing. It was that breaking of my heart. You know, it don't have to be like that. You don't have to go through those things. You don't have to suffer through the addictions. You know, I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. I've been sober almost going on 3 years. 6 months was the most I could do, man. And I finally, the Lord has blessed me. When I asked Him to come into my life, He removed all those things from me. You know, He's brought good things into my life. You know, Jesus Christ said that I am the only way. You know, so I had to incorporate that into my daily, the way I talk. You know, the fruit that I bear because of, you know, what He's done in my life are good things. You know, being a good father, being a good brother, being a good son. You know, I just grateful that Wes has, you know, reached out to our people, because it's got to start here in our land. You know, God is the creator of all things, and if He has His hands in everything, and if we allow Him in our lives and in our hearts, we'll do good and mighty things. He makes promises to us, and He's kept all our promises. Even though we fall short of what He wants us to be, He still loves us through it. You know, what we're really talking about here is love. You know, we love You. This is why we're doing what we do, because we're not doing it for ourselves. This benefits us, nothing financial. It only benefits us watching our people grow. You know, this is a desert that a lot of people come to and they don't want to be here because it's too hot, but our people have thrived here for years, you know, and we wanted this land, always wanted this land, because we know what this land can yield, and God put that in our heart as people. He's placed those things inside us to be fighters, to be hard workers, and the things that we do, that we allow alcohol to tear us apart, you know, and it makes us people that we aren't, you know. It creates something that it destroys what God has created. I know, because God has made me, I was a really, really, really bad person. I destroyed a lot of things in my community. I tore a lot of people down. I broke a lot of hearts in my family, out there, friends, you know, and I've lost a lot. I've lost my little sister. I lost my wife to addictions, you know, and I lost many, many best friends, you know, and I can't think of how many people are still alive or have perished because of the life we chose. But this is that time. This is the time where God's talking to you, man. He's telling you it's over, it's done. Your suffering has come to an end. He's here. He's here. You just got to reach out to Him, man. I had to get down on my hands and knees. You know, I never really cried too much in front of anybody or anything. But that day where I surrendered my life over to the Lord, I had to get down on my knees and ask for Him to forgive me for the things that I did, because those things weren't me, you know. And slowly, things are coming back into my life, you know. My children, you know, I'm grateful because their love is pure, you know. No matter what I do, all my shortcomings, and I still have a lot of shortcomings, but all my shortcomings, my daughter still loved me through that. They just still see Dad. Even when I was a bad, horrible person, they still loved me. And they still just knew I was their dad and I loved them. And that's how God loves us. That's His pure love, you know. And like I said, I'm just thankful that I'm here today. You know, we did one yesterday, but I went on too long and it wouldn't upload. But hopefully we can figure out how to shorten that, and we can get it to you, because I believe there was really some powerful stuff in there that God wanted you to hear, and we thank you. And I'm just grateful that Wes has done this. Like I said, if there's any questions or you want to talk to me about anything, or you know, just friend request me or just send me a message. I will always respond. Okay, I do things in the Lord's name. All right, thank us.
Right on, Roland. Dude, thank you. That was some power. That's how I wanted to end this whole campaign. That's what it was about. Was just to encourage people and to understand that there are other options. And I'm gonna tag Roland on this video. You can hit him up. I'll show you where he lives. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, this is how I really wanted to end it, and I couldn't think for a better ending. The Lord knows what's going on. We do make mistakes. Believe me, I make mistakes, and we go through things. And so keep us in prayer. Keep this whole native print in prayer. If you're a believer, whoever you pray to, I pray that you just help us grow, because this is going to be an awesome opportunity for men to finally rise up and be like, you know what, let's do this. And for the women to be behind their man, to join together as a team, you know. And Roland will give you more information on that. I'm pretty sure he's an expert on relationships and
No,
stuff
I don't
like
know
that.
about that, but I'll try.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much to the supporters. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. And again, thank you so much for watching this.
Thank you.
Peace out.
God bless.